Okay, confession time. I've at times burned out completely, or well, I've at times nearly burned out and wanted to get rid of all this stuff. It was really long, actually, before I was a reviewer. It hasn't happened since I've been a reviewer, but it happened a couple of times earlier, and I just wanted to chuck it all. I was like, this is just such a distraction. It just gets in the way, physically and emotionally, and with the music itself. It's like I'm listening to the gear and not to the music. You've been there, right? You've done that, right? I know you. Anyway, yeah, I think if you've been an audiophile for long enough, you've reached an impasse more than once where you said, this is not working. Why do I have all this stuff? It's just a pile of stuff. It's taking over my life, and I want to be free of it. Right. And sometimes you did it. You chucked it all, and we're done. And then you're probably not watching this YouTube channel, but you've chucked it all, and then little by little, like Al Pacino in Godfather 3, it pulled me back in. Yeah, I know. Because though you like music, you also like the stuff, the gear, the amps, the speakers, the cables, the turntables, the cartridges, all that stuff. You like it. You know, some people are into cars or rifles or collecting baseball cards or beer cans or something. Yeah, everybody's got their thing. Nothing. Yeah, because I think shame plays a part in this. Like, why am I such a nerd? Why do I have this? Nobody gets it. It's just me. All my friends think I'm an idiot for having all this expensive gear or any gear. And it just gets to you after a while. Maybe that's a part of it. Sure, that didn't happen to me, but I imagine it does. And yet, here we are. Now, my personal thing, you know, I said I'm not going to get rid of it all. I'm going to just I'm going to downsize radically and have a much smaller system. I think I had it picked out. I'm going to get Morden short speakers. This is from ages ago. And some little NAD amplifier and a Riga planar turntable. And that's all I needed. But I didn't do it. What I did was, instead of chucking it all, was I just did not listen at home to my system for maybe 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. Not a long time, but long enough to take a breather and say, I don't want to, I just want to, I need space. I need my space. I want to get away from this thing and not listen to hi-fi. So I didn't. And then I did. And when I came back to hi-fi, I was like, I like this. Yeah. I know, I remember why I liked it so much and why I put so much into it. Time, money, space. Yeah, because it's good. Now, the fact that other people, let's say more normal people, don't get it, well, you know, I don't get a lot of things they do. I don't get people who literally piss away money by going to bars all the time. Probably spend many thousands of dollars a year doing that. Or gambling, you know, or all kinds of things that people spend money on. I don't get that. And I don't think they're weird for doing it. That's their thing. If you want to collect horseshoes, be my guest. I don't care. It doesn't affect my life. And I want the same from people around me. I don't want them to be judging me because I have a crazy, expensive audio system. I do. Get over it. It's my thing. You do your thing, I'll do my thing. We'll meet over, you know, at the corner. But the beauty of hi-fi is that there's so many levels to hi-fi. I think that's why it keeps pulling me back in, because it isn't just an inanimate object, right? It does stuff. It makes sound. It brings dead musicians, long dead musicians, back to life. More than a film could, more than a video could, more than a picture could. You listen to Dizzy Gillespie. I was just listening to Dizzy Gillespie just before I turned on the camera. Listen to Dizzy, and he is there, and he is at his peak, and he's full of life. And it's coming out of my speakers. It's coming out of the Cornwall 4s. And yeah, the Cornwall 4s, just that trumpet horn, trumpet's horns, coming over a horn speaker. Yeah, Yes, that's good. That's really good stuff. And no little pipsqueak Bluetooth speaker or Bose speakers are ever going to get there. Not even close. So yeah, that's why it's a thing for me. And I've learned my lesson of to never actually say I'm going to chuck it all, because a couple of weeks later or a month later or so, I would regret it. So I give myself space every now and then and don't listen to it, except for working sometimes. But yeah, it is so amazing. And it's so amazing to hear new music, to discover new things, whether it's New Orleans music, which I'm getting into because my wife is listening to a lot of it over WWOZ, this radio station in New Orleans that you can listen to anywhere in the universe now on the internet. It's great stuff. The sets are fantastic, and I'm constantly saying, what is that song? What is that song? I got to hear more of that song. So yeah, if you're a hungry audiophile, if you have a hunger for new music and you're always out there looking for a new drug, a new music to turn you on, well, that's a recipe. That's a prescription for getting out of the doldrums of why do I have this hi-fi. Turn yourself on to new things. You don't have to buy new hi-fi. Just listen to new music, and it's so easy nowadays to listen to new music, right? It's on the internet everywhere. So you want to listen to music from South Africa? There you go, man. You want to listen to what's happening in Italy? It's so easy. Why not? So, and soundtracks. I've always had a thing about soundtracks, but sometimes I go deep, or I just make a playlist of songs, the same song by a million different artists, or as many as I can find, just to hear different interpretations of "Send in the Clowns," or some obscure, to me, relatively obscure song, and just hear different interpretations. That is so cool. And that would be so hard to do. It's so expensive to do before streaming services like Tidal or Qobuz or something, right? But super easy to do now. Nothing to it. So yeah, it's a great time, is what I'm saying. It is a great time. The best time, really, to be an audiophile. Now, you could be nostalgic about the good old days of the 50s or 60s or 70s or something and say, oh, we're so much better then. Not to me. No, I think this is it. I think we are at a peak right now. And I think people will look back. People who are 25 now who are audiophiles, all 10 of you, I'm just kidding. You will look back at this time of the 2020s and say, that was good. It was just starting to happen. It was just starting to happen. So don't give up. That's what I'm preaching today. Don't give up on your audiophile life. And if you have, and you're just watching this channel because you're curious, yes, I'm giving you permission. Do it. Do it now. Get a set of ELAC speakers or little Klipsch's or the Magnapan LRS's. So many great, affordable speakers right now. If you have no money, if you have $100, you can buy a set of Dayton Audio B652 Airs and a Lepi amplifier. Under $100. Sweet little super affordable system. And by the way, I'll link to, I have complete systems that I put together as videos, and there's the complete $500, $500 or less systems. There's $1,250 or less, and $2,500 or less systems. So whatever your entry level wants to be at this point, if you're coming back in, I'll show you how to do it for very little money. And if you're watching this channel because you're audiophile curious, you've never been an audiophile, and you're just watching me for some reason, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. And check out those lists, the playlist for affordable systems. Or just keep watching these videos, because that's kind of what I do here, right? So I think you have the gist. My name is Steve Guttenberg. I am not the actor in 3 Men and a Baby. We are two different people. Anyway, my name is Steve Guttenberg. This is the Audiophiliac Daily Show. If you dig it, please, if you haven't yet done it, subscribe. Hit that button right down there. Hit that button. And when you do, hit the little notification bell so you'll be notified every freaking time there's a new episode, and there's 4 or 5 of them a week right now. And there are playlists for music reviews and headphone reviews and speaker reviews and amplifier reviews. And there's playlists for interviews with really interesting people, like freaking 900 episodes. Like there must be, I think I'm getting there. I think I'm closing in on 900 episodes. So much to see. You could, if this isn't enough, and it should be, but if it isn't, you can follow me on Twitter at audiophiliacman, on Instagram at steve.guttenberg, on Patreon, best of all, that's the hot ticket, Patreon at patreon.com/audiophiliac. And now I can say thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you back here again on the Audiophiliac Daily Show channel very, very soon. Bye-bye.